Greetings, my fellow Americans, and welcome back to Scar Bites. So today's video, I've got kind of a part one, part two for you guys, but we're going to be talking about the QRF loadout. This part one is going to be specifically about the battle belt, the QRF battle belt. One of the most important tools to our arsenal is going to be reaction. Is going to be able to, once when crap hits the fan, being able to react to it as quickly and as fast as possible, and as efficiently as possible. Now, just having a battle belt isn't going to be that efficient, because then you've got a huge weak spot, just from your just from your head down here, and plus your whole body is not protected or prepared. So don't get hit when we're just talking about the battle belt, I guess. So anyways, you'll notice first off, I have a standard belt. It's just little lever action right there. It's nothing crazy, nothing fancy. It's just a standard belt. Reason why I want to point that off to you is because I here in the future, when we're talking about the battle belt, I don't use belt keepers. I don't use anything like that. The tension on this battle belt is amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But I want to talk to you guys first off about the Fantastic Trio. So the Fantastic Trio is what I refer to as being able to successfully utilize all three weapons of, I don't know how to exactly say it. Being able to utilize weapons for the environment, to be able to adapt and overcome no matter what the environment or the predicament you find yourself in. So we're talking about, when we're talking about the QRF loadout, we're talking about not knowing what you're going to go up against. We're talking about a lot of inspect the unexpected kind of stuff. So the QRF belt is what we're going off with first. This is part one. Part two is going to be tomorrow, and that'll kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about as far as QRF is concerned. So real quick, the belt that I am currently using is going to be the Qrf Belt. We're going to talk about all these items, and then I'm going to go back over and explain it and why I use it, or why I have it at least. But yeah, keep that in mind. Qrf Belt, guys. It's an amazing belt. It keeps the tension. As you can tell, it's drooping a little bit, but it is fan-freaking-tastic. It keeps its tension, and it may droop, but it's not going anywhere. This, you can shake it, you can run with it, you can jump with it. It's not going anywhere. I absolutely love it. I would be more concerned about the gear falling off than the belt. So fan-freaking-tastic. I absolutely love it. So let's go right hand all the way around. Got a nice old D-ring here, just in case if I had to have any extra accessories like gloves or something like that, and don't want to lose them and don't want to put them in a pocket, so just clip them right there. Next up, I got the SOG fixed blade knife, like we saw in the concealed carry episode, or everyday carry. Next up, we've got the Blackhawk Omnivore holster. This shouldn't surprise anybody as much as I talked about it on the last episode, everyday carry. I absolutely love this open carry holster. It is one of my favorites, just because, guys, a common theme you guys are going to see throughout this video is I like to switch my guns out. I like going from a 45 ACP to a 9mm. I love going to a 5.56 to a 308 to a 7.62 by 39. I like being able to implement other weapons, not just a standard AR here, a standard 9 here. I love to be able to switch and make it as modular as possible and as necessary. Being able to go from 5.56, 308, 7.62 by 39, guys, those calibers can ultimately change the firefight, and that's so crucial and so important in my opinion. Right now we're just rocking the 6-hour P320. We are clear for all you safety Susans out there. We've got the mag dump pouch behind us. We've got the tourniquet with a makeshift pistol pouch behind us. Then we've got Range Max AR mag pouches. First up, I just want to say I'm not a big fan of Range Max, but this I do like. I absolutely like this, and we'll explain why here in the future. Next up, we've got two G19 Mag Pouches. I absolutely love these guys. They allow me, just like the AR, to switch, and we'll talk about that here in the near future. Next up, we've got this nice little belt clip right here that holds in a quick reaction manner a obtrusive little bag right there. Now this thing is larger than my thigh, for crying out loud. In here we have a nice little utensil that I think everybody should have, especially because of the couple of years that we've had with the riots and whatnot. It's going to be a nice little gas mask. Guys, this gas mask gives you the ability to breathe in harsh conditions, such as OC spray, any type of mace, you name it. This allows you to guarantee that oxygen at least until the filters run out, which these filters are amazing. I mean, these things last for a while. I absolutely love these filters. So this is something to think about and something to add to your quick reaction loadout. And being able to have the upper hand. Maybe you're not the one getting sprayed at. Maybe you're the one implementing the spraying. Maybe you're throwing in OC grenades, or maybe you're throwing out bear fog, or whatever the case may be, whatever you find yourself in. Being able to make that bad guy think differently and think twice about what he's doing in a lethal route or a non-lethal route is still very crucial and can change the tide of that firefight. So whether you got a riot, whether you got a hostage situation, or whether you've got just an active shooter, this pretty much covers all the bases, and that's exactly what we're wanting to do. Is the saying for it is kind of just expect the unexpected kind of situation for this loadout. And being a QRF loadout, you got to be able to react without thinking about it. You got to have the tools necessary to deal with this, the environment and the situations around you. One thing I really want to touch base on is what I call the Fantastic Trio. Guys, the Fantastic Trio is absolutely my number one favorite when we're talking about firefights. Being able to go from close, medium to long distance engagements is so crucial. Being able to change in a moment's notice is very important. And when we're talking about that medium range stuff, we're also talking about breaching tools. Now we'll definitely talk more about that in part 2 in tomorrow's episode. But when we're talking about different breaching tools, bolt cutters that are kind of the less noisier option, more of that stealth option. And then of course the master key, or the skeleton key as I like to call it, because it's not really the master key, but it is a nice deterrent from a locked door. Being able to breach open any type of barricades are obviously the exception, because a shotgun isn't just going to make everything disappear. You still got to deal with a lot of rubble when we're talking about a barricade. But when we're talking about at least just one single locked door, blowing it away, blowing out that lock at least, something that would take down the door a little bit more easier, we're talking about a few different things. We're talking about like I said, bolt cutters. Maybe it's not a locked door, maybe it's a padlock, or maybe it's a fence. Bolt cutters are great for a breaching tool. If we're talking about doors, if we're talking about locked doors and stuff, shotguns are a great breacher tool. There's just so many different other options out there that you don't necessarily just need a shotgun for it. Maybe you need bolt cutters, or maybe you need your AR, maybe you need a pistol. Regardless, don't let a locked door stop you is kind of where I'm getting at with it. Being able to move with the flow of things, being able to move and not be stuck behind something. That's got to be the ultimate goal right there. So breaching tool makes for a nice, shotguns make for a nice breaching tool. Bolt cutters make for a nice breaching tool, or even utilizing something like the Halligan to be able to just breach doors that are proven to be a little bit more stubborn. So guys, it's important to realize the tools and the resources that you have at your disposal, and being able to use them properly. That was it's such a it's such a tide turner when you go from this predicament to being able to have a tool that can get you past that predicament, being able to overcome those obstacles and whatnot. Guys, that's what the QRF loadout is all about. Now, I know what people are thinking is that, man, this is way too much equipment, this is too much weight and stuff like that. Well, for a QRF loadout, this is not going to last more than probably a few hours. I get it, a lot of people are already like, man, I don't want to, really don't feel like doing that. Now, of course, it's not as heavy as what people may think, but I get, the argument both ways. Too heavy, too cumbersome, too much, whatever. In my opinion, I think it's nice to be able to be prepared for whatever you may find yourself, or the situation you may find yourself in. Again, this is the QRF loadout. This is something that if crap goes down, you are able to get this gear and get to a safe place. This isn't hunker down for 12 hours and stay in the fight. This is get from one location to another, hence the QRF loadout. So with that, guys, we're gonna talk about all this stuff. So the mag pouches, why I've specifically chosen these ones is because currently I have the Glock 19 mag that can hold 17 rounds, but that is not my only gun that I have. I have the 6-hour P320, I've got the M9 Beretta, I've got the 1911, I've got so many different magazines and so many sizes and all that good stuff. If this can hold a double stacked magazine for the Glock, this can definitely withstand the 6-hour P320, the M9 Beretta, and as well as the 1911 magazine, a single stack. So it allows me to change in an instant's notice. If I want to go from 45 to 9, or if I want to go to 9 to 45, all I got to do is switch out the magazines. If I want to be able to, and this is where we go over to the AR pouches, if I want to be able to go from 308 to 762 by 39, or 762 by 51, or 308 or 300 blackout, I will absolutely recommend you guys to the Range Max AR mag pouch. I just totally agree with it. I don't like Range Max. I really don't. I always joke about them being the lower tier stuff. But when it comes down to the AR-15 mag pouch, I absolutely love it. I think it is a fantastic idea because they had taken an elastic mag pouch and allowed you to put a 5.56 mag that also can hold 300 blackout, but also be able to throw in, this is a SCAR 17 mag, this is 308 caliber, allows me to throw in this bad boy just as easily as I put in the 6-hour or the AR-15 mag, and I can run with that if I want to. So I've got 308 capability, I've got 7.62 by 39 capability, and I have 300 blackout and 5.56 capability, or 223. Guys, that is an astonishing amount of calibers that I was able to utilize on my person just because of one simple product. It's just as simple as switching out the mags, and it even goes more than that. I've got these nice little loops, elastic loops on the side here, that allows me to utilize the shotgun. So I've not only got 5.56, 223, 308, 7.62 by 51, which ultimately is the same, but they, depending on your weapon, does change. The 300 blackout and 12 gauge. So right there, I've got 6 different calibers I can put on this mag pouch just to utilize whatever weapon I feel like utilizing, just for me. And I absolutely love that. It brings so much uniqueness and just you being able to put your loadout together. You know, whether you're running the AK, whether you're running the AR, whether you're running the SCAR or the 300 Blackout, you know, it is just, or the shotgun, you know, and the shotgun even. So regardless, guys, I think that these are fan-freaking-tastic, allowing you to change the tide of the firefight. It just blows my mind. I absolutely love it. So like I said, you're going from 5.56, 223, 300 Blackout to 308, 7.62 by 51, or 7.62 by 39. I think that is just fantastic. And guys, I highly, 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 highly recommend it, because being able to utilize whatever arsenal you have is, like I said before, going to change the tide of that firefight. So it's kind of a must, in my opinion. You know, being able to be so modular is so effective, in my opinion. So take it for whatever you guys think it's worth. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. You know, being able to switch from different calibers and stuff like that. Again, being able to stay in the fight. If it's a situation that lasts a little bit longer than need to, you know, let's think of in terms of invasion and whatnot. This QRF, you know, loadout is still going to keep you in the fight, because you can switch over to AK rounds, or just being able to alter it on the go and whatnot. So game changer in my opinion, but see what you guys have to say about it. Guys, that's pretty much it. All I have for the battle belt, the QRF battle belt. Of course, part 2 is going to be a little bit more in depth with the vest and everything. So I hope you guys like it. I really do. I think I've put a lot of effort into the setup. I've got a nice little quick detach and quick attach gas mask right there. It's just, you know, another thing to, you know, keep you in the fight if things take a turn for the worst. Yeah, without being redundant, guys, we've pretty much gone over everything. Being able to switch out whatever pistol I want to utilize. Again, that is completely depending on the flashlight. So it's not like the holster is molded around the gun, it's just molded around the flashlight. So be mindful of that when I ever talk about this. You know, I love the stream lights. I'm a big fan of stream lights. They are just such a phenomenal product. Typically always going to be the 1000 lumens. I don't really like to use anything less than that. And one thing I will say too, talking about shotguns and master keys and stuff, I also do have a light on here as well. This is a 870 Remington Shotgun, 12 gauge. Guys, this is one of my favorite products out there. It's just such a cool looking, grip, and then it has a fantastic functionality to it. And I did go ahead and take the stock off. Still not sure how I feel about that, but it makes for a very nice, more CQB, or just a very nice breacher tool. So again, we'll talk about more of this in part 2, see what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You think it's too much, not enough? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure you guys got some opinions and comments, concerns about all that stuff. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Take care. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and stay safe, America.